There once was a boy named Arjun who lived in a small town. He had big dreams, but to achieve them, he knew he had to move to the big city. So when he got a scholarship to study in a prestigious university there, he was over the moon. On the first day of college, he saw a senior named Rahul. Rahul was a star athlete who had won several national championships. Arjun wanted to be just like him, but as the days passed, he realized that Rahul's dedication and discipline were on another level. He trained relentlessly, pushing himself harder than anyone else. Arjun felt discouraged because no matter how hard he worked, he couldn't match Rahul's achievement. He started questioning his own abilities and wondering if he was even capable of becoming a great athlete. One day, frustrated and upset, he confronted Rahul. "Why are you so obsessed with winning?" he asked. "What's the point of all this hard work?" Rahul stopped training and turned to Arjun. "You don't understand," he said. "I have to win. It's my dream, my passion." But Arjun wasn't convinced. "I don't get it. What's the fun in always being so serious? Life is about enjoying yourself, not constantly striving for victory." Rahul shook his head. "You don't know what you're talking about. If you want to succeed, you have to be focused, determined, and disciplined. There's no room for distractions or negativity," Arjun argued. "But what about happiness? When are you going to enjoy your success? You can't just keep working and never take time to appreciate your achievements," Rahul replied. "I do enjoy my success, but it's not the end goal. My ultimate dream is to represent my country at the Olympics. And to do that, I have to train hard every day. I don't have time for distractions." Arjun looked down. He realized that Rahul's dedication was admirable, but he still couldn't bring himself to follow suit. He liked the idea of being successful, but the thought of putting in the hard work and making sacrifices required to achieve it didn't appeal to him. So he decided to continue living his carefree life. As the years passed, Rahul graduated and went on to become a famous athlete, representing his country at the Olympics as he had dreamed. Meanwhile, Arjun also graduated, but he wasn't as successful. He worked a 9-to-5 job and lived an average life. One day, Arjun met up with his old friend. Kata was surprised to see how ordinary Arjun's life had become. "You had so much potential, Arjun. Why didn't you pursue your dreams?" he asked. Arjun shrugged. "I don't know. I guess I was never really interested in being successful." Kata shook his head, disappointed. "You wasted your talent, your time, and your youth. Now, you'll never be able to achieve your dreams," Arjun replied. "But I didn't want Rahul's success. I wanted my—" Kata stared at him for a moment, then placed a hand on Arjun's shoulder. "Life is the same, Arjun. You are running your own race at your own pace. The moment you start looking at someone else's success, you lose sight of your own path." Arjun thought about his conversation with Rahul. At that time, he had been envious of Rahul's dedication and achievement, but now he realized that comparing himself to Rahul had only made him unhappy. Rahul had found success on his own terms, and so had he. His life might not have been extraordinary, but it was his. Arjun looked around him. He was surrounded by people who loved him and appreciated him for who he was. He had a roof over his head, food on the table, and a job that paid the bills. He may not have been a famous athlete, but he was successful in his own way. He realized that in the race of life, the only person you need to beat is the person you were yesterday. From that day on, Arjun decided to focus on his own journey. He understood that everyone's timeline is different, and that comparing his chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 10 made no sense. Some people might be ahead of him, but that didn't mean he was behind. It just meant they were on a different journey. Arjun was grateful for his life and the opportunities that had come his way. He knew that success wasn't just about fame or fortune, but about finding happiness and fulfillment in your own unique path. And as long as he kept moving forward, he knew he would eventually find his own success.